Raider fans, and welcome to the Raider Nation podcast. And I'm your host, Raider Greg, and here we are, Saturday, the day before we go and play the Eagles. Now, I know what you're thinking because it's on every fan's mind. 0-3 to start the season. I know, I've heard it before. Even when the positive fans are going, I don't know. Well, Raider fans, I just want you to know a couple of facts about the Eagles. Yes, it will be a very tough game. No, it's not impossible to win. And yes, the Raiders could pull this one away from home, especially the way the Eagles are taking the Raiders. And the reason I know this is that Andy Reid spent exactly 3 minutes and 28 seconds to sum up the game against Oakland. 3 minutes, 28 seconds. Is that a diss or a slap in the face or what? There were no questions about anything else other than Moss, Jordan, and Kerry Collins. 3 players they talked about, that's all. No offensive schemes, no defensive schemes, no what do you think about the matchups, blah, blah, blah. I believe the Eagles are thinking they're going to have an easy day. And I hope the Raiders understand that they think they're going to have an easy day. The fans sure think they're going to have an easy day. Now, the big news headline that they're going to spin on this game is Moss versus Owens. Both are so far leaders and receiving in the league in the year, as all you fantasy guys know. Well, guess what? It's more than Moss and T.O. It's about winning a frickin' game. It's about the Oakland Raiders going somewhere that they're getting totally disrespected and beating these guys. Westbrook's going to play. He had a sore ankle. McNabb, T.O., they gave him the day off. I mean, they think, the way you're listening to it, if you go to the Eagles site, we're done. Matter of fact, they have a cute little cartoon. If you go to the Eagles site, you can see the Raiders. They have this ugly-looking guy with one eyeball sticking out and a patch over another. It's pretty cute. It shows the Eagles coming out, bigger guy, badder guy. Now, I must admit, Raider fans, that the Eagle fans are pretty friggin' crazy. Absolutely crazy. They are probably the closest fans to Raider fans as ever. And I don't mean as far as being dressed, as being dressed to impress, or as passionate. I don't question the passion of any Raider fan. But I will tell you, Eagles fans have been in there through thick and thin because their team has been 4 years to the NFC Championship and they still haven't got a ring. So you know they got a lot of frustrated fans out there, but they go into the game, they're selling out. They are selling out at the Lincoln Financial Field every game. They should be. They're 4-year league champions, or not league champions, but at least they went to the playoffs 4 years in a row. Yeah, they have a little blip there about how there are Quakers started in Pennsylvania, and they've got the Philadelphia curse, or the jinx they want to call it. They can't make it to a Super Bowl, so this is their wave of passion they're going to ride into the Super Bowl. William Penn is in the shadow of skyscrapers, and they think he is cursing the Philadelphia Eagles from the grave. Well, I haven't heard anything so stupid since the great Bambino curse, and I'll say it again. All you baseball fans, I think that's crap. I think it's horse crap, actually. And I think it's a weak reason for the Eagles to want to go for a championship. But hey, you know what? Whatever works for your team. Because the last time the Eagles won a championship was 1960. And the Raiders haven't won in 20 years. But we've been to the bowl. We've been to the Super Bowl. We had our chance. So let's talk about this game. Moss T.O. It's going to come down to defense. Now, the Eagles are thinking that we can't cover their guys. As a matter of fact, they're saying it. The Raiders can't cover their wide receivers. None of them. They think we're going to do a lot of man-on-man. And I, quite frankly, don't know what Ryan's going to do in this case. Westbrook's a tough thing out of the backfield. They have a very, very good team. Hey, we have a very, very good team. The only thing we're lacking that they have is a quarterback. And I hate to harp on it, but Raiders fans, if we see this again this game, we see Collins blowing it again this game, I'm telling you, as a Raider fan, I'm starting to feel like we got Hostetler back. Okay? I'm thinking we got Joe Bugle as a head coach again. That's what I'm feeling. Now, I'm not trying to be down on the Raiders, but I'm just telling you, I know the pulse of the Raider Nation right now. And if you guys want to disagree with me, please comment me, send me an email. I've gotten people before that said, they don't like me being down on our Raiders. And I'm not down on the Raiders. Just like I said, we can win the game. We have the potential to win the game if the guys play well and they're gelling like a felon. And I don't mean they got them gels things in their shoes, but I mean if they're cohesive and they're starting to get a rhythm, yes, we can win this game. We could shut the Eagles fans up all the way out because other teams have. Let me give you an example. The Falcons came in and beat the Eagles. You know how they beat them? They pressured McNabb. They got him out of the pocket, and they gave him nowhere to throw the ball. And they beat the Eagles, and that was tough. They got beat up. That was a tough game. That was the AFC Championship rematch. NFC Championship rematch, excuse me. But tough game. Tough game all the way around. Now, the Lincoln Financial Field is no friend of ours. It is a loud crowd, nasty place to go into. But I'll tell you again, our defense, if it plays as good as it did and keeps Westbrook in check, and I don't mean just by the run, I mean he's going to come out of the backfield and catch all those screen passes like they love to do. They love to throw the screen to Westbrook. It's one of their staples of their offense. We got to shut him down. Kirk Morrison's got to play awesome. Ryan Riddle. We got to get some guys back there to shut down Westbrook. Terrell Owens. Now, when they played the Falcons, there was a young man named Kelly, last name of Kelly, who was all over Owens on the bump. He threw Owens off on his timing pattern all game long by working him in the 5-yard zone. Working him. Grabbing him, pushing him. If our defenders don't irritate Terrell Owens on the line, then he's going to go for big yards. He's going to go for big yards. That's all there is to it. Now, they think that they can cover all of our receivers. That's what their fans are saying on their site now. Andy Reid says he's going to have trouble with everybody, including the return of Doug Gabriel. I know Gabriel's probably a little rusty, but I believe Doug Gabriel can do it. Now, we all know that Ronald Curry's done. Now, I think we should all say a prayer for Ronald Curry. I like that young man. Excellent athlete. Got a bad draw on his leg. Got a bad draw on the Achilles because it snapped again and he's done. He might not play another NFL game in his life. That is very sad. That is a very sad thing for any athlete who has that kind of passion for this game. And I'd just like the Raider Nation to pray for Ronald Curry for a quick healing and whatever's right for that young man. But Dougie's back. Dougie's back, and we need him. Porter's good. The question I have, Raider fans, and email me, because I hate to harp on it, but Kerry Collins, I'll tell you, I think he sucks. And I think if he plays the same way he's been playing, his numbers are good because Moss makes him look good. He throws the long ball, and he's got a big yardage, but he ain't all that. Those high and low balls, and I've read it from many Raider sites, period. It's not just me. It's all the Raider Nation because everybody's talking about Collins. So if you're upset because I'm dogging him, then bring it on, because until he proves that he can be a champion in this league, 11 years he's had to prove he could be a champion. He threw the most interceptions in any Super Bowl ever. Now, Kerry, come on, baby. You better straighten it out because this whole team needs a quarterback. If we had someone that could throw the ball, we would be awesome. Don't you see? I see it very clearly, Raider fans. I see it very clearly. So if Kerry Collins gets some kind of wild bug and starts to play a good game, we could win this game. Don't be discouraged, Raider fans. I know you're not. I know you're all thinking the same thing, though. And I know it's going to be a quiet day on Sunday. Because I haven't been talking any crap to any Eagles fans because, what can you say to them? We're 0-2, and Collins doesn't look good. You look at their team, they're 1-1, and the one they lost was a tough loss. And they destroyed the 49ers. They were pissed, 42-3. Ouch! Well, you know what? They're going to come after us, too. They're going to come after us big time. We're not in their division, but 3 minutes and 28 seconds. Come on, Andy Reid. And as a matter of fact, let me talk about that, too. If anybody has that sideline pass, any Raider fans have sideline pass? I got sideline pass. It sucks. You're paying money for that site. Norv Turner hasn't done any kind of interview on the game after the post game of the Chiefs. Now, does he have a sore rear end from Al putting his foot in there? Does he have tonsillitis? Isn't it his responsibility to talk to the fans? I think at the bare minimum he should address the fans and the media about our team. And the fact that he's being silent just makes me think that he's a wussy more than what I think he is. Now, I'm not trying to be down on the team, but I'm telling you, the facts are showing plain and clear. Jimmy Ray and Norv Turner can't call a game. They're doing better. Now, I know there's a lot of people, I admit, they're doing better than they started out. In this league, you have to be better at the first game. Now, I know the team has to have a chance to gel and cohesiveness has to form, and I understand that. And that's what we got to do this year. That's all I see we're going to be able to do this year. We better get to 500 or people are going to lose their jobs here. And we got to start winning some games. We got to get a W on the board, Raider fans. And if you don't think it's urgent for us, well, you're going to see these guys play on Sunday. They're going to play with everything they got. We're 0-2, and we don't need to be no 0-3. So, I tell you what, don't be crying in your beer. Don't be crying in spilt milk. We're where we are. We got to start all over. First game Sunday against the Eagles at their house. We got to go in and take it away from them. We got to get a W. And if the things are right and people are gelling, we can win. I wouldn't say that if our team was crappy. Our team is not crappy. We got great players, and they should be worried. Don't sound like they are, but they should be. This is the kind of Raider team that can spoil your season. These guys can be the spoilers big time this season. Because when they start kicking on all cylinders, watch out, baby, because that offense is going to come alive. Now, every game we've played, we've been behind. Vegas has given odds every single game. This is a touchdown. I think it's 8 points last time I checked. 8 points. That's a lot. That's a lot of points against us. But we've been behind every game they've picked against the Raiders. Every game. They have a right to pick against this one. Look, the Eagles are looking good at home. They're looking good playing. The Falcons beat them. We can beat them. Falcons went to Seattle and lost. We can beat this team. We can beat the Eagles. But we got to have 100% from Collins. Lamont's got to settle in, settle down. And if that happens, those two things alone, and the defense, just play the way you've been playing, baby. Play the way you've been playing. The last game, you play the way you played the last game, we will be victorious. As long as Lamont settles down and Collins throws the ball right. 11-year veteran. 11 years. Kerry, you are killing us. And Norv and Jimmy Ray, I hope you're just getting better. I hope your game plan is better than the last one, because eventually you'll get good enough to win. I don't have a whole lot of confidence in Norvie and Jimmy Ray right now. But, that's the same way I felt about Ryan last season, and everybody else thought the same thing. So I don't want anybody to think that I'm saying we're going to lose this game, but every Raider fan knows, and every Raider fan looks at each other and shakes. I tell you, there's a silent "oh no" coming. Because I see it with fans in the store. It's like, okay, we got the Eagles, and we get the eye-to-eye contact. Mm-hmm. So I know how you're feeling out there, Raider Nation. I know how you're feeling, and I'm just letting it on out that we can win the game. Just do your same thing. Get your tailgates ready to go at home. Get your beers cold. Get your hot wings hot. Get your couch all warmed up and ready to go. Because we're going to play some football, and this is our Raiders. We got to support them. So they're going to make it all about Terrell Owens and Randy Moss, and it's not about them at all. It's about our quarterback being settled down, throwing good passes, and our defense hanging tough like they have been. If that happens, we can get the W. If it doesn't happen, it's going to be a long day for Oakland. It's going to be a long day for the Raider Nation. Let's hope that doesn't happen, Raider fans, because I'm hoping that it don't happen either. Okay? All right. Well, that's what I think. That's my take. I'm not going to say much more about this game because there's not much more I can say. Everybody's got the same vibe, and so do I. But if you look at the team straight up, I'm telling you, on paper, like I've told you before, we look awesome. If we can just click, if we can just get the timing right and Collins to throw the ball to the right person at the right place. Stranger things have happened, Raider Nation. So there you go. That's my take. You guys have a great game. Everybody be safe. If you're driving somewhere, please be careful driving home. Don't be a statistic. And I want to tell you again, please visit my site at RaiderNation.com. Vote for me on Podcast Alley. I appreciate your support. And for the first time, we got a lot of bandwidth going out. It's costing some bonies. So, goodness, if anybody out there wants to donate, I know it's tough for me. I'd rather have you donate to the Red Cross myself, be honest with you. But here at the Raider Nation podcast, if anybody would like to sponsor anything, I'd love to put you on my site. It helped me out because it started to cost me some ducats to do the show. So on that note, please at least vote for me on Podcast Alley. That would be the great thing for you to do. Keep me up there number one because the Raiders are always going to be number one. And it's just a matter of time before we start to gel. So Raider fans, have a great day on Sunday. Raider Nation, prepare for battle because this is going to be a tough, tough game. All right. Y'all be careful now. Good night now.